Hello everybody, welcome to the Sound Test Room. Today we are taking a look at Cubasis 3.6.5, which is the latest update. So it's not a huge update, but it gives you some really useful new features. I'm just going to create a new project here. I'll leave it as new project. And the first thing I'm going to show you is the new copy and paste. So let's just record a tiny bit of MIDI with this piano. So I'm going to hit loop here and set my metronome on and just record a little bit of MIDI in. Okay, I'm going to stop record, stop the metronome, hit quantize, just in case, which it was a little tiny bit out. Now, back in the day, we'd have to hit put our playhead where we wanted it to paste, hit copy and then hit paste, and then it would paste it in the next place, and then you could carry on doing that. However, we have a much better way of doing this now. If we select the region, not edit, if we select the region, I'm gonna just drag this in. If we hold this little handle here and we pull this out, you'll see it will copy like this, you see. Okay, so that's super handy. So now we have those 8 bars. Now, also with this, right, remember, we can glue all this MIDI together. So if I select all of this stuff, let me just undo that. If I select all of this, right, I'm going to select it again, and I hit glue, you'll see it glues it into one complete MIDI file, you know, with no breaks. But we can also do that with audio now. So if we convert this to an audio file like that, there's a couple of cool things we can do with audio as well. So I'm going to first of all show you how you can convert this into mono. So I'm going to duplicate this track. Okay, so duplicate. I'm going to go back to this one, select this, double tap on it to open the editor. And now I can choose to convert this stereo file into a mono file. So hit stereo, convert to mono. Now converting to mono is super handy because, you know, you might want to convert guitars into mono. You want to convert a whole mix down into mono. You can do that now. So that's really useful. Right. Also, let's do this now. So remember, for instance, if I drag, well, let's just split this up a little bit. I'm going to select the point here and I'm going to hit split. I'm going to select the point here. I'm going to hit split. Select this point here. I'm going to hit split. Now I have these different audio regions, right? Now, if say, for instance, one might be over here, you might have a bunch of different audio tracks spread out all over your project, right? But the cool thing is now we can also glue these together like we can with MIDI. So if we just select these various audio tracks, we can then hit glue and it glues them into one audio track. Awesome stuff, right? I'm also going to show you something else. So if I drag up my, is it already open? No, I'm just going to drag up Sample Crate here from the bottom. If I can actually get it to open up, there we go. And I'm going to drag a sample in. Now let me just see if I can find the one I was messing with.
Is our level okay?
Right, this one.
Yep, there it is.
I'm going to drag I'm going to drag this sample in from Daniel's samples, right? So I'm just going to stick it on this audio track here, and you will see that it is a mono sample. And let's just solo this and go back to the beginning. Actually, I'm just going to have this loop.
Is our level okay? Yep, there it is. On
Let's
the button.
just normalize
okay?
it.
Yep, there it is. On the button. Is
Right.
our level okay?
What would normally happen, right, is if you freeze this now, watch what happens. It freezes it into a stereo mono file, which is it's exactly the same. It's exactly the same, but it's not really, you know, it's not correct. You want it to freeze into a mono file if it's a mono wave, right? But it doesn't. So if I solo this now, it still sounds.
Is our level okay? Yep.
Still sounds the same. But now, of course, you have the option of going in to your editor and just converting it back to mono, right? Oh, cool beans. So there's another super useful feature that's been added. Now, also, if we go to our media bay now and we choose mix down, if I maybe go, I'll mix down this secret master, or create mix down from what we've got. Create mix down. You have a bunch of new options. You can do a complete mono mix down. Okay. You can choose to mix down to wave, AIFF, FLAC, M4A, and MP3. And you can set the bit rate for your mix downs here. Okay, so for instance there, your M4A and MP3 bit rates. And you can go up to, what's that? 256, which is pretty high quality. Awesome stuff. Right, okie dokie. That's that. One of the, let's just add in fact, let's just delete a bunch of this stuff. Let's add in a MIDI track now. And this is one of the absolute killer additions, right? This is going to make your life so much easier. We click on this now, and we now have a search bar. So for instance, if I go to my audio units now and search for SynthMaster, close that now. Oops, there we go. All our SynthMaster synths are now available. So you can then refine the search to say, I don't know, Zeeon, which would be scrolling way down the bottom there. And there it is. And then you just obviously just tap it to load it. And you're golden. So there's... You can now search for all your AUV3s and effects, etc., stuff like that. All the cool stuff. Now, the metering has also been smoothed out. Now you see these little dots. Right, let me try and make this extra large. Not that it make any difference to this, but you'll see just above the line there, you have your peak hold. And by default, that's set to 1 second. It will come down. You can now go into setup, and let's try and find it now. So general, user interface. Here we go. Mixer level meters, peak holds 1 second. Now you can have this set to have it locked until you touch it again. So if we go into mixer, you'll see they will stay there. And on all the tracks, by the way, until they reach a new level or until you just tap them again and they will drop back down. So that's super handy as well. Okay. Let's see. Is there anything else? I think that's it. Of course, there have been tons and tons of bug fixes and stuff. But the new copy and paste function also works, of course, with audio, whether it's stereo or mono. And you can also, if we do this, if we drag this in right, our copy will just copy the pasted section. So that's super handy as well. Let's just see. This is useful. So then you could say, well, I'll drag out this one. And maybe you had a fade at the end of that one as well. So really useful stuff. Quality of life stuff that's going to make your workflow in Cubasis just so much easier and quicker. Really good, really impressive. Thanks for watching, guys. I think I'll select a project. Sorry, in my media bay here, projects, picture frame. Okay, try that. Right, I'm going to play this while, it just fades out just for something to listen to. But for example, if we wanted to now join any of this stuff up, convert it into audio, make it mono, your whole project's all down there. So, there you go. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, consider becoming a Patreon, and I will see you guys later. Ta-ra!